What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Fools Get Clean 2 podcast, where we highlight people's comeback stories. Welcome our next guest, Marisa. Hey, Marisa, how's it going?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm glad you could finally make it on.
Yeah, me too. Took a minute.
Yeah, so how was your childhood growing up? How was it for young Marisa growing up? Did you have both parents in the house? How was it like?
My dad was an alcoholic addict, so he was not in our life. My mom and dad divorced when I was really young, and then I had two loving grandparents, my mom's parents, and they took care of us.
Do you think your parents' issues impacted your childhood at all growing up?
Yes, I do think my dad's using impacted my life as a child.
So was he around at all?
No, he would come around like once in a blue moon.
Was
We'd
that
see him.
was that due to his drinking and extracurricular activities, or he just didn't want to be around?
I think it was due to the drinking and the drugs. He was not able to be around.
So how was school growing up for you? How was elementary, junior high, and high school?
It was good. Elementary school, I started playing violin and started taking music lessons, and that was kind of my life for like 18 years.
How did you start playing the violin?
My grandparents put me in piano lessons when I was in like the preschool era of my life, and then eventually I found the violin and started. I picked it up one day in a music shop and started playing it, and they were like, "Oh, we should get you lessons," and
No
they
way.
put me in lessons. Yeah,
Were you good?
yeah, I think so. Yeah,
How about at the piano? Were you good at the piano?
yeah.
So you could play multi instruments?
Hmm.
Cool. So what kind of friend did you have growing up? Were they all involved in band, or did you have two separate kind of friends, or how was that for you?
I kind of had two separate friend groups because one would be in orchestra and one would be in school or my favorite class or something like that. And so yeah, I was never like one clique. I had like multiple people.
So that was all through your junior high years also?
Yeah,
Did you ever get in trouble as a kid? Like junior high or high school?
not in school. No, I was a pretty good student.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, so when did you start partying or started experimenting with substances?
I was 16.
How did that happen? Was it just parties or just friends of friends, or how did that go?
Yeah, a bunch of girls came to my house after school, and they had a bottle of vodka, like a huge bottle. I
What
think it was
kind?
like Sky vodka.
I was gonna say, what kind was this guy?
Yeah, Sky. And we started taking like they were pouring these shot glasses in my room, and I for whatever reason just picked it up and like started chugging it like it was water.
No way.
And on the way to the football game, I was in the back seat like chugging this bottle. And I was by the time we got there, I was throwing up in a McDonald's cup
Hell
before we
yeah.
walked down, so I was like, I don't think I'm good to go. And they walked me down anyway. And um I ended up falling down the stairs into the principal in the football stadium
No way.
and with my friends trying to carry me, and I got us all suspended.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So did you ever graduate?
Yeah, I ended up graduating. For my senior year, I kind of fell off. I stopped, I got into a relationship with somebody and we were both using and partying the same way. And something happened and we both ended up living together. I chose to like leave my house and go live with him. And we ended up renting a house right down the street from our high school. And the principal ended up coming and like knocking on our door and just saying, we just want Marissa to graduate. We'll pay for the gas for her to get to school. And so eventually, because he went to jail, I got my stuff together and went and
No
graduated.
way.
Yeah.
How did your family take that? You going on your own with him?
I think my mom showed up with a shotgun one time with her
No
boyfriend at the
way.
house. Yeah.
What did he do? Your boyfriend?
He came out just like yelling at him, and it was a fight. And
No
yeah,
way.
no one wanted real problems, but it was just like a scare tactic to get me home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't work?
No.
So did your drinking ever get you in trouble with the law at
Mhm.
that at like high school age?
Yeah, I think my first arrest was Grand Theft Auto.
No way.
Yeah.
Jacking cars out there or what?
Hmm. Yeah, well, my boyfriend at the time, a neighbor let him borrow the car, and we had it parked in our driveway, I guess for a little bit too long. And they were right around the corner from our house, but they called the police anyway. And they showed up and they woke my boyfriend and I up at the house and put us in handcuffs and took us to jail.
So how was it your first time getting arrested? Was it scary the first time going to jail, or was it juvenile hall, or what happened?
I think for me, because we got arrested together and we were in the holding cell together, and I kind of just felt like it was going to be okay, like we were going to get out of it. Um, but we didn't. And I think I spent 3 weeks in jail my first time.
No way.
Yeah.
Was your family pissed off because of that, or
Yeah.
they try to help get you out or anything?
No, they didn't get me out. It was like a fighting battle on the phone between my family and I for the first week. And then I just kind of settled in and started accepting that I was there. And eventually I got out. And yeah,
Where did you live after that? Back with your family or with him still?
I went to the motels of the people that I knew just to get high.
So when you left home for good.
Hmm.
So where did your alcoholism and drug use take you? So did you get incarcerated any more times, or how was that like?
Yeah, I was incarcerated a lot of times. And it took me to just places and around people that I never should have been around. Um, and yeah, I was in jail for a few things like petty theft and um, manufacturing methamphetamine was a big one.
No way.
Yeah.
What happened with that?
We were in a house, my ex and I, and that was happening and it got raided. And so we went to go jump out the back window and thought we were safe, but the feds or whoever were walking around the house and we were hiding in like these tall grass areas and we thought we were good, but then
No way.
we hear them coming up behind us and we tried to run, but they grabbed us.
Is that in California?
No, this was in South Carolina.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So what was the progression of your drug and alcohol use like? So where did that take you?
It was just all I did 24/7. It took over everything. I stopped music lessons. I stopped everything for it. It was all I did all day, all night. Is just get high. And it didn't change for a few years.
What kind of substances were you using?
At that time, I was using meth and crack and heroin and basically everything I could get my hands on. Acid. We were taking acid. You know.
So pretty much anything.
Yeah.
So how did you make it out here to California?
The boyfriend that I was with came out here.
That was the same boyfriend from the
Yeah, same boyfriend. Yeah.
Okay.
And he came out here and got sober for 3 months, and then I was down on the streets in Miami somehow.
How'd you get to Miami?
I like went down there with somebody that I had met, and
From North.
well, it's crazy. What happened was I started dating somebody else, and my mom thought this was like a good guy for me.
Yeah.
And then he lived down in Miami, so my mom actually paid him like $700
No way.
to take me down to Miami to get me clean.
No
way.
way.
Little did she know we were doing all the drugs under the sun. He just looked like he had his shit together.
Yeah.
And so I end up going down there. We get in a fight. I'm on the streets of Miami, and it's like 1 a.m. And randomly, that boyfriend who's out here reached out to me. He's like, "Hey, I have a plane ticket. If you want to come change your life and get sober, I have a plane ticket for you." And I made it back to Miami. I made it back because that guy's mom I went down there with, I back up with me. Mind you, she only spoke Spanish.
No way.
So I had to like decipher what she was saying, and
No
she didn't know what I
way.
was saying. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I'm using like this app on my phone to talk to her, and she ended up getting me a plane ticket to come back home.
No way.
And I go there and I'm like packing all my shit, and I'm like, "Mom, I'm leaving. I'm going to California. I'm gonna get sober." I'm like barreling through the house. I'm not even like giving her a chance, and she's just like, "What are you doing back here?" And my mom took me to the airport.
No way.
And I remember my mom just like crying as I was walking through the terminal.
Yeah. Yeah, that's heartbreaking what we do to our family and our parents.
Mm-hmm.
So you came out to California. How was that like? How was treatment?
Treatment was all new to me. I had never been to something like this before. And so I came out, went to a treatment in Beverly Hills, and I was in this huge mansion house in the hills with all these women. I mean, we had like maybe 30 women in this house.
No way.
And we'd all like sit around for the meeting. To me, it just kind of reminded me of like being in a summer camp, because I did a lot of those as a kid.
Yeah.
So I don't think I really knew what to make of it. I was still very much in my active addiction thinking.
Yeah.
And ended up getting in a fight with a girl, and they kicked me out. They pulled me out of the class, and they were like, "Hey, you have to pack your things. You have to leave." And I freaked out, because I'm in the state, I have nowhere to go.
Yeah.
And they tried to send me to this place that it's called Sovereign Health. And I wouldn't sign the intake paperwork because I went there. I was like, this looks like a big orphanage that they're trying to send like the long lost people,
An orphanage for addicts?
An orphanage for addicts. That's what it felt like. There were stairs that went all up and down, like
No
4 flights,
way.
and people were just running around crazy. And
Yeah.
and I wouldn't sign the paperwork, so I ended up walking to a Walmart that was close by because they also wouldn't let me use the phone to call for somebody.
Yeah.
And I call him, and he was like, "I'm not coming to get you. Like, you need to stay in that treatment center." I was like, "No, you don't understand. Like, I'm not in a treatment center. I'm in hell. Like, this is not something. I'm not getting treatment here."
Yeah.
And eventually, later that night, he ended up coming to pick me up, and he brought me up to Orange County to put me in a California Prime, the treatment center.
Did your drug use continue out here, or did you stay clean from there on?
From that point on, I stayed clean for like 5 or 6 years.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah. And
so what happened for you to go back out?
Well, I was still with the same boyfriend, and
The one that brought you out here?
Yeah. And he fell off, and
Like relapse, fell off?
Like relapse, yeah. There were a couple of things that happened. I kind of went through. Well, I went through an abortion and a miscarriage, and that, as an addict, I think you don't know what really weighs on you until you go through something like that, and that was like boom, boom, back to back.
Yeah.
And right shortly after that, like, he relapsed and was, smoking meth and fentanyl in my second bedroom. And then I'd come home from work and, just hit it a couple times. I was kind of already dabbling in coke and alcohol at this point. And we came up with the idea that meth would like soothe me to go to work, because coke amps me up so bad. And then I just started doing it, and then I stopped going to work, and I started meeting people that were doing the same thing, and it just became deeper.
So what area would you run around? Orange County or LA or?
Orange County, Long Beach, LA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where did your addiction take you out here?
I don't know. It took me to really dark places. And I think I had such an independence before I relapsed that I was like not wanting to let go of that independence. To say, hey, I need help. I need help to get off the streets. I lost my apartment. I lost my car. I lost my job. I lost everything. I don't know what to do. But I still wanted to like figure everything out for myself and not reach out and ask for help, which I knew to do. Yeah. I knew that was still an option, but it just, when you're in it, you just don't.
Yeah. And like from my personal experience, like once you got some recovery in you, like it's never the same. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because there's a better life out there. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's just like that phone is 100,000 pounds to pick up to ask for help.
Yeah.
And especially when you're out there, like you don't want to stop because like for me, it was a guilt and a shame. You know what I mean? And like, what if I don't make it? You know what I mean? And so that was a big struggle for myself. Mm-hmm. So did you get incarcerated while you're out here?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was arrested for petty theft. I got a DUI.
Way.
Yeah.
What was a DUI for?
Driving under the influence of drugs.
No way. What happened?
Yeah. I was coming off the freeway, and I guess a cop had been following me for a while. I might have been speeding. The way I drive, I probably was speeding.
Yeah.
But he pulled me over, and they treated me really bad. Like, they didn't treat me nice. I had my dog in the car, and they just kind of ripped him out of the car.
Nico?
Yeah, I had Nico in the car, and they just ripped him out, and they took me to this holding cell. It was like the police station.
Yeah, not the actual county jail.
Not the actual county jail. And I was sitting on a bench, like handcuffed to the bench, and it was just us and the cops. And they wouldn't let me use the restroom. They wouldn't do anything. No, they forcefully took my blood out of my wrist.
Out of your wrist?
Yeah.
How did they do that?
They had to hold me down because at that point I was like pretty manic.
Yeah.
And going ape shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they took the blood out, and I'm still dealing with that charge today, but part of it.
Yeah. So when did it get bad enough that you knew you had to change something, or else it was going to continue to get bad? I know it's probably like a number of moments, but like when was it like you know what, like I got to do something?
When I came back into detox for the third time. And like, I couldn't understand how I got into all that shit in the detox, or coming out of the detox for like those few days.
Yeah.
I couldn't understand. I had police surrounding me. I had, it was chaos with people, and I just couldn't understand how this happened so quickly. Because usually I can go out there and like it doesn't happen for like a few months, you know, and then it's just like chill. And but yeah, it happened that quick, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna sit. You know, obviously what I'm doing isn't working, and I just started taking suggestions from people.
So what do you think was the thing that actually sparked the change? So like what do you do in your recovery now to stay clean?
I go to meetings. I actively work with my sponsor. I'm able to reach my hand out to women who are just coming in, you know, and don't want to be there or don't know what they're doing there yet, you know, and it's, I get to just be an example for people who are coming in, you know.
So what does your life look like today?
Today I work. I have my own place. Um, I'm surrounded by women who love and support me, and going to the meetings, you know, that's my daily reprieve from my alcoholism.
What do you do for work?
Dental assisting.
That's right.
Yeah.
How much time do you have clean?
Just picked up 9 months.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Do you have any words of wisdom or suggestion for somebody that might be out there struggling?
Yeah, just to get in the middle of AA and reach your hand out, and don't be afraid to ask somebody for help, and listen to what's being said in those meetings, find the similarities and not the differences, and find a sponsor who can take you through the steps and work the book with you.
That's right. Thank you for coming on, Marisa.
Thanks.
And remember, change is possible. Redemption. Fools get clean too. What's your comeback story?